reporting on the games you love by people who love to game. The MMO Reporter Network. Hello everybody and welcome from day 3 at PAX Prime 2013. We're here outside the 6th floor show floor as we end our 3rd day. It's been very exhausting. We had a few technical issues yesterday, so we weren't able to get the recap out yesterday. So hopefully today we can go over and remember everything that we did in those 2 days.
I've slept since then, so I don't know if I can remember what I did yesterday.
We barely slept since then.
Yeah.
It's been very busy few days.
Yes.
But you saw you had sort of a not too busy day. You went off and did a few of your own things.
I did. I had a friend with me. It was her first PAX. She had a blast.
Yay!
She thinks she would rather come back on a Saturday and Sunday just for the sheer numbers of people on a Saturday. So a Sunday or Monday for next year. So we did hit a couple panels up, so I was able to record those.
Yeah.
So we will have recordings of a Minecraft recording about open source gaming. It was
cool.
a PhD program.
Awesome.
It was
cool.
It was really interesting. And then we had one on being a geek store owner, and we had some comic book store owners and some things like that. That was a really, really good panel. And then I played some Dungeons and Dragons next, and just saw the show floor and just had a generally fun day.
Nice.
Awesome. And then what did you see today?
Today I had an interview with Origin about their PCs.
Oh, cool.
One of the really cool things is these are old Alienware guys.
Oh, wow.
That left after Dell took it over. So if you're sad that your Alienware is gone, take a look at these guys.
Nice.
Yeah, and then I hit a couple panels up. I saw a panel on the geekdom for Final Fantasy XIV.
Cool.
It was really, really cool. And what did I do? I've had a couple interviews. I talked to the guys at Loot Crate. That sounds like a really cool service. So I'm looking forward to that. And I talked to the head of global marketing about the new Logitech mouse that has come out.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
Very exciting.
And you've got a few more later today, too.
Yes, I have a couple panels tonight. I have one about video game data tonight, and I have the panel about the horribleness and hacking and trolling in MMOs that I'm interested in.
That's really interesting. Yeah.
That I'm interested in. How about you guys?
Well, yesterday was a really, really crazy day for me. Somebody took part of the day off.
Well, we started off really early and went to the Sony Online room, I should say. They didn't really have panels. They did information and demos more than anything at one of the hotels way the heck out there.
It was unfortunate because just due to timing, we weren't able to get any on-camera stuff. We had some great discussions about stuff that we can talk about on the podcast. Looking forward to maybe trying out or having Leonor try out Dragon's Prophet, because I think he'd really like that. That seems like it would really be his thing. And seeing the stuff that they're doing in PlanetSide 2 with the battle islands and all that, that was fun. And then, of course, talking to David Georgeson, if I'm remembering his first name right, for EverQuest Next and EverQuest Next Landmark, which was a lot of the presentation that they did at SOE Live, but they also talked about a few new things. They showed us some art for the dwarves with beards, the female dwarves with beards. So it's all about choice.
Okay.
And but it was a little bit disappointing that we didn't get any time to do anything on camera.
Too much in too short of a space of time, so we missed a lot of opportunity to talk to them. So that was a little unfortunate.
Yeah. And then we saw the Wild Star panel, which
was fabulous.
Was fabulous. Not too much new information, but going into talking about the expeditions, which are like housing instances where you have to clear off some baddies to, that's going to park next to your housing island in the sky.
That's what's exciting me. That's one of the things that's really exciting me about Wild Star.
Yes, and there was a lot of good Q&A too, just general questions of things people needed to know about the game.
Right.
So they went over lots of information in the Q&A, which was a big part of it as well.
Right, and they're really being open and talking a lot about all the different stuff. They're not scared to talk about things, and they're also not shy.
Quiet about.
Right, but the stuff that they're not being, they're not skirting around the issue. They're saying very bluntly, we're not going to talk about that. We want to. They're not trying to do some big long loot dancer that doesn't give you anything. So that was cool. And then I rushed off to the Renaissance Hotel and saw the sneak peek of the new content for Guild Wars 2. They're redoing one of the dragon fights, which is really cool. Got to see a lot of stuff for that, and what's coming up in a little bit of what's coming up in the future. And then there was another panel that was titled The Living Story, but really ended up being a big long Q&A, which was really cool. So some great questions from fans there. And then I know that we had some people take the PvP tournament, so we're going to talk about that in just a little bit as well. So we'll have another video about that.
Yeah.
So that was yesterday.
And while he was doing all of that, I went over to Acquisitions Inc. and got to watch the pen and paper D&D match, which is, as always, ridiculously entertaining.
And hilarious.
And considerably inappropriate in many ways, which is fantastic. Exactly what we're going for. They sure do a good job setting it up and having props ready and costumes, and it just makes it awesome. So that was fun. It went really long. It was getting close to 3 hours by the time we got out of there. So yay for us. It was awesome. One of the reasons why we missed our live stream was by the time we finished, we had technical problems. So we were running so late. That was it. That was it for our time.
That was it. We couldn't catch Carrie, so we ended up going, you headed home, and we ended up going to the WildStar party. Well, first, we went to the 10-ton hammer party and stopped in and saw them, and that was fun.
The 10-ton hammer guys.
And then we went to the WildStar party, which was probably one of the best parties we've ever been to at PAX.
Probably the best big company-hosted parties we've gone to. They did a great job hosting it in a great venue, enough space to get by, even though it was packed with people. It was really good.
Right.
Lots of fun.
No, it was great. And then today we saw the Repopulation, which is going to be a sandbox shooter MMO with player-made cities, guild cities sort of thing that you're going to fight over, as well as PvE content. So there's going to be a video coming out about that. We spent a lot of time at the WildStar booth.
Yep. Well, and we also went to the Warner Brothers booth.
We saw Infinite Crisis.
Yep.
And we're going to try and get back to them a little bit later and see the PC version of Guardians of Middle-earth, which is their MOBA.
But tomorrow is a rough day to get onto the show floor, so it may or may not happen.
Yeah. And then I went and saw Wargaming and talked to them about the Xbox 360 version of World of Tanks, as well as World of Warplanes, which is launching in September. Yeah. So, yeah, it's really exciting. Looking forward to that. And now you've got a couple panels tonight.
Yep, I do. And
we talked about that.
Yep, and I have an interview tomorrow, I think.
Interview tomorrow and a couple more panels.
A couple more panels, and then we're done.
Right. And when we were at the WildStar panel, they did a presentation on combat. And then we also found out they were doing a presentation on their world building mechanics. So we went back and recorded that.
World building engine.
We'll have a video for it. If you're interested in how they create the world for WildStar, definitely check it out. It's an awesome piece of equipment.
Yeah, they were actually showing us the tools that they use to build Nexus.
The entire environment. And they are so awesome. I want me one of those. What did they call it again?
Genesis.
Genesis. It's a
which
great,
I think
great
is
system.
a Star Trek reference, right? Isn't it Star Trek?
Well,
it's
a general.
Isn't it called Genesis?
Well, Genesis is generally the beginning.
Yeah.
So, if I remember correctly, this is something they built themselves for themselves.
Exactly. It's
right, and it was actually, the presentation was, I can't remember his name at the moment, it was by the guy who wrote the tools, who wrote the engine. So that was really cool.
They'll design an item and put it in there, but they have the ability of just mouse over the landscape, and they can change how high it is and how low it is, and the colors and the details, and plop stuff in with one click of the button. So it's super fast for them to create a space, which was extremely fascinating to watch.
Yes, very exciting.
Which gives you just a hint of what we're going to get when we're creating our own housing. Of course, we don't get the elaborate tools. We won't be able to recolor and to paint and draw on the landscape specifically, but it's a very sort of dumbed down version of it. So that was really neat.
Yeah. So that was it. That was the last couple days here at PAX. We've got one more day to go.
It's a short day for us.
And it is. We have to head home. Yeah.
So
but we'll do one more recap tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Awesome. So thanks, everyone. And hopefully we'll see you around PAX.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Bye.